So keep Vodafone Idea on your radar. But Sunil Subramaniam is back with us. Sunil, hi, morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Sunil, what's going on with the market? And is it time now to go value hunting or not?
No, not yet. I would say yes, the EU deal has given a boost sentimentally, but I would say wait for the budget. It's not a very far away. I think you can reassess situations after that.
Well, would you believe, Sunil, that we might actually miss the opportunity if we wait for the budget, and the budget may well be pro-investor?
Well, the pro-investor budget would require, capital gains tax to go away and stuff like that. I'm not sure the government has the fiscal room to do all of that. I think what we can expect is a reform-oriented budget. This time, I think the hands are quite tied in terms of the revenues because of the GST, rationalization and all of that. So expect more a reform-oriented budget. And so I'm not sure that any short-term bets is going to be a missed opportunity, right? Because the earnings season is also on track, on coming through, and it's honestly not been as exciting as one hoped for, right? I think the labor code costs have not really been factored in the market, and that's so top line growth has been okay, but bottom lines have definitely not been great. So I would say that still I stick to my stand that a post budget is a good time to reassess. We'll have more earnings also in the pipeline. And I don't think the India EU deal is a cause at all for making sectoral choices because it's a long term deal which is good for India GDP growth. But I'm not sure that the market's reactions there you should pay any attention to. These are all just sentimental, nervous reactions based on that. The deal is going to be a long time coming. So I really feel that you're not missing any opportunities by not doing anything before the budget.
Yeah, in fact, Sunil, just carrying forward that conversation, and Ayesha, Rabinder tracks this closely in terms of how the Nifty earnings are shaping up versus expectations. And there are only 5 numbers which are above expectations, 2 are actually below, and 13 are in line. When you're reading into the fact that there's probably a labor code impact also to factor in, this isn't looking all that bad. Sunil, anything standing out for you?
Standing out for me, the good news for me is the loan growth, right? And the NPA control of the banking system. I think that's a big positive because ultimately, I believe the banking system is the blood circulation of the economy and of the markets. So that's good news because if the lending system is in sync and doing well, it'll finance the growth. So I think that's very a good takeaway for me is from the banking pack. The second aspect here is that the ID pack, for example, the numbers obviously have got impacted by labor code, but I still feel that from an outlook perspective, right? By and large, the guidance has been okay. So I am saying that. So to that extent, it's a positive trigger for me from a guidance perspective. The third aspect is, I think, the consumption side, right? I think a lot of the GST story is yet to happen. And I think that's why if you see while it's muted, for me, I still retain expectations that the summer will give a good boost. So I'm trying to factor in a guidance thought process into the earnings and not just react. Because like you said, this labor code is a one-off thing which is going and hurting and not necessary to pay too much attention to that. So I would still say consumption and banking and to some extent IT should be your key things to watch for and look forward in the rest of the earnings season and then take calls on that.
Understood. Okay.